Previously, on Charlie and the Monster Factory. You hit a point where the tracks disappeared.
Where did it go? Did it shrink?
What you see is big paw prints, and then immediately after small paw prints. As soon as you kind of enter this small clearing, Charlie, you collapse to your knees because your head starts hurting.
Was I supposed to hit record for that?
Yes.
I'm kidding.
Alright. We are back after a long hiatus. Where we last left off, you all had just been to Swan Creek Park, where you uncovered the supposed location of the monster thing, which you still have not clearly identified. And you were all breaking for different tasks before meeting back up. Remind us what your task was. Eric, we'll start with you.
Cool. I'm going to the library with Alex to do any kind of research on local lore and any sort of stories that might be pertain to our issue, our monster.
Alex's job is to accompany Charlie and act normal and learn about books.
So, how much interaction have you had with books thus far?
Minimal to none.
Okay. What's your favorite book?
I'm tempted to say Goodnight Moon.
Yes. Excellent.
Yes.
Mom, you are going to be my ride to the library, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you, Mom.
No problem.
And then Hawk.
I'm just going back to Fort Salacum, check up with Wilson, tell him about the stuff we got, and then see if that tracker works.
Alright, cool. Why don't we start with the library gang?
Where Charlie's going to focus on first is going to be in the fiction section, probably, in lore, or in trying to find any local history of the area.
Okay, so you're looking specifically at Tacoma history?
Yeah, or Washington history, things that are endemic to, I guess, this region of Washington.
Okay. Well, let's start with some local state and city history. There's some of the more geographic oriented books are here is the breakdown of population by demographic, such as race, ethnicity, religion. So you kind of get some of those stats, but as far as the mythology, there's not a ton, particularly in this section, that would...
I have an idea.
Okay.
What if I looked at some of the Native American tribes in the Washington area? I did a Google search real quick, and there are several. What if I looked in their mythology and see if I looked for something that can change its size to go bigger to smaller in some of their mythology?
That is a fantastic idea. So you find some stories of those creation stories, those old Native American proverbs. And you find one after about, we'll say half an hour or so, that kind of delves deeper into some more of the lore behind some of the beliefs and mysticisms of some of the tribes. Because I, Austin, have not done particular research, I don't want to name a tribe and completely say anything that's not actually true in real life and piss somebody off. We'll be very loosey-goosey, but I love this train of thought, so I want to reward it because this is a very good direction to go. So in one of these anthologies of Native American religions, you find a particular story that is not written in full, but is referenced about a particular Native American hero who fought against several different threats sent by a terrible force and then partnering with the spirits and nature and rising up with the tribe were able to defeat these monsters. And after some more digging and some more specific looking, you find that one story in particular highlights a shapeshifter. And the shapeshifter was able to conceal their true presence by shifting into various forms. Maybe they were taking the form of a small creature and then were able to shift into something more threatening when people's guard was down. And so it became kind of difficult for the tribe and particularly the protagonists of this particular story to track down what was happening. So what they ended up doing was ended up partnering with some of like the more positive like nature spirits who sensed that this kind of irregular activity was happening in order to really nail down what was going on and then partner together in order to overcome the monster revealing its true form, and once its true form was revealed, being able to take it down. And so from what you know about all that you've done, the research in here, plus your time in Swan Creek Park following the tracks, and you found the shifting sizes of tracks, you get that maybe this has some real life weight. You think that maybe you're dealing with something in this vein.
Alex, do you know any nature spirits?
Wish I could tell you yes, Charlie, but not so much.
Oh, that would have been too easy. Fair enough.
That's what I was thinking too.
So with this information, obviously, you do have Alex, a spirit of sorts.
We do.
And you kind of have a lock on what you think the monster might be capable of, or at least some kind of form that it might take. So you can certainly use that information to dig deeper elsewhere, if you like.
What are some of the forms that it would take? Is it just basically anything not menacing?
Yeah, so basically the idea was that it would take the form of something non-threatening, usually like a small creature, like a rabbit or a squirrel or something like that, and then transform into this terrible beast with big fangs and claws, and that's how it would like basically lure in victims and go undetected.
So maybe look for like herding species, like finding one that is all by itself might be an indicator of some kind. Okay.
So Alex, while this has been going on, while he's been doing this research and uncovering this, what have you been doing?
Just been roaming around kind of the general area, looking at books, looking at the ones that other people are finding very interesting while they're reading. Just, trying to get a peek over their shoulders to see why it's so interesting to them. Just, looks like a good book, so nothing useful, in case that's what you're wondering.
No, I like it. So while you're kind of making your rounds and peering over people's shoulders, one library goer that has some headphones on and a hood up does notice your presence and turns around and gives you a look. How do you respond to that?
I wave.
She begrudgingly takes off her headphones and says, "Can I help you with something?"
I'm just looking for a good book. Any suggestions?
I don't know. What do you like?
Scary things in the woods that grow bigger and smaller.
So, like, horror stuff?
Yes.
I think they're over there, and she kind of waves her hand in a section of the library, not really wanting to talk to you anymore. It's like, if you need any help, you can ask the librarian. And with that, she puts back on her headphones.
Okay, Alex tries to lean in for the double kiss on each cheek.
She's like, "Excuse me, what the fuck?"
Sorry, thought that's what we do. Never mind. Have a good day.
Okay, she leaves the library. She is done. Okay, so you head over to that section after this encounter.
Yes, I do.
Debbie, what are you up to?
Hey, can I use one of my moves?
I believe that you can.
Awesome. So I am in the children's section. I'm going to use the move, oops. So, which is if I stumble across something important, or if I want to stumble across something important, I will tell you, and then I will find something important and useful.
Excellent. Okay. So you're browsing the children's section, which has a lot of children's books on shelves. It's kind of one of those areas where it's in a corner and it's like almost surrounded by bookshelves, so it's like kind of a peninsula where in the middle it's got a table with a few toys, some things that are being highlighted. They got some chairs, some manipulatives, things like that. And it's pretty messy because they've just had a sort of class there where a bunch of kids came and read and got some programming. So things haven't been quite picked up yet. But as you're peeking around at some of the things on the shelves and maybe opening and closing some books and reminiscing on the times when Charlie was little and you read him certain books.
Last week.
You stumble, literally, over something on the ground that you didn't see. You just happened to walk right into it. It is a book, one of those, it's a big board book that highlights Halloween. And it's actually open to a page that talks about some of the different creatures that are common mythology.
Oh, would you look at that?
Very pop culture nowadays. So you find skeletons, something about skeletons and ghosts, and the one in the picture, the picture being highlighted on this page is actually a child in a werewolf costume.
Oh. Well, I don't believe in magic, but this does look a little bit useful to me. You know, this makes me think about that thing that we were doing just earlier in the woods. It reminds me of that time earlier today. So I'm going to go show this to Charlie and see if he likes it. I like the art style. It's got, those textured pages. You can feel it. I like the fuzzy feeling of the werewolf. And maybe Alex might know something about this as well.
I can tell you Alex is also excited about the textures.
I don't know if he's ever felt one of these books.
Oh.
He's really missed out on a lot of things.
So you guys have uncovered information through various different sources. Hawk, what have you been doing back at Fort Steilacoom?
Well, I think I just go back and I go straight to Wilson. He should have gotten the pictures that I sent him by now. So I'm hoping that he's kind of thought something up or has some theories or has started tracking the tracker that I placed in that park, that he just kind of has something going on. I'm basically just showing up, kind of being like, all right, what you got for me? And hoping he'll actually answer with something.
So remind me, the pictures that you took, they were of the area that you landed in with the tracks and the claw marks, right?
So the tracks, the claw marks, the place that kind of looked a little bit like it might have lived there for a little bit, just kind of like the trail that we were going towards, clear what it had affected in the woods. I had taken pictures of and I had sent it to Wilson.
You walk back toward Wilson's office. Office is kind of a generous word. He's really got a L table set up. He's got 3 monitors on it. He does like his technology, so he does have quite a bit of clutter on his desk, a few trinkets and gadgets, loose wires, different tools and such. But he's in there working away as usual, and you approach his desk, and he's like, "Oh, Hawk, yes, I got your pictures. I've been cataloging and doing some research. It looks like whatever made these marks had some pretty significant claws, particularly. Did you happen to get any more information other than what you saw?"
No, I mean, look, so a lot of things happened, Wilson, but the biggest one is definitely that this thing gets big and then real small and kills stuff. That's all I know. What do you need?
So you think it has the ability to change?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty positive. Big footprints, little footprints, right in a row of each other. That's not a chase, bud.
Okay. Well, so obviously this might suggest some kind of werewolf or creature, but
well, it's not these aren't human tracks. They're not human tracks, right?
That's what has me confused. I don't know of anything that would fit this bill. If we are dealing with something that can change, we're gonna have to identify what it is, and we're gonna have to gather some more information, because there's no guarantee that we can combat it the same way we would a werewolf. By the way, a werewolf is something Ghostbusters has confirmed to have existed. So, like, they would have existing knowledge of, or at least cursory knowledge of werewolves.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a werewolf working up at the butcher shop off 14th Street. But you know him.
Yeah, we got him on the list, although that hasn't been
Walter?
confirmed yet. Yeah,
Walter the werewolf?
Well,
yeah.
Well, his last name isn't the werewolf, but I know what you mean.
Well, his last name is Lobo, which literally translates to wolf in Spanish. You know that, right? Like,
yeah, somebody did point that out, and it does seem a little on the nose.
yeah, remember, well, more like on the snout, but remember that
Okay.
vampire we figured out a while back, and his name was Nosh, F-R-A-2? Dude, really? You're gonna name yourself Nosferatu here? This
Yeah,
dummy.
but
And his partner, Draco?
yeah, Draco
Yeah.
Eula. Yeah. I
Draco
got it.
Eula. Like, it was,
Yeah.
yeah. All I'm saying is, like, I don't know if we're taking these names from them or they're taking their names from us, but it's like they want to be found, man.
Well, but in this case, we don't have a sort of human that we can track. We don't actually know what we're looking for, right? Did you drop one of the trackers?
Oh, yeah. Of course I did.
Oh, let me. So he clacks around on his keyboard.
Did I
kind
put
of trails
down
off
one
as
of
he
the
goes into action mode,
trackers as if I just didn't do my
and he
job of the day.
he pulls up this radar that he has, assumingly tuned to the trackers, and he overlays the map of the area, and he's like, okay, so it looks like there's just the one in Swan Creek. That's where you sent the pictures from, right?
Yeah, it's the only
And
place.
we're pretty sure that that's where it is.
I'm about. Well, that's where we found the tracks.
Yeah,
Place
I just
it
have
was
to I
hiding
just
in.
have to ask these questions because if I don't, I'll get in trouble. You
Oh,
know
right,
this.
protocol. Yeah, protocol.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you've got the tracker down, then I guess we'll just monitor it. And I don't think it's moved yet because it's stationary here. It's not. So maybe something hasn't found it yet. But I'll be sure to tell you when it does. In the meantime, we're gonna need to find some more. We're gonna need to figure out what we're dealing with exactly because we can't just assume it's some kind of werewolf. Although that's as good a place to start as any, I guess.
Well, alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'll go up to the park ranger station, look through their files and whatnot, look and see if any recent incidents and where they might be at, and maybe I'll go back by that same place and I'll get like a plaster footprint for you so maybe we can better identify what kind of animal it's looking like right now in its small form. In its big form, clearly it's just scary. But
Yeah, that'll be good. I'll monitor the tracker and I'll send you updates if anything moves.
yeah, just page me or whatever you kids do nowadays.
No, it's definitely texting. We don't. Hawk, we haven't used pagers in a long time. You know. That,
I know.
Right?
Yeah, of course. His with one hand is just kind of like taking his pager and like putting it closer to the back of his his belt, like making not see that. Yeah, I knew
anyway,
that.
yeah, we've got a secure line.
It's
You know,
making
it's
I'm just-
fine, right?
Hey, why can't you learn to take my jokes, Wilson? It's just one. You and I, we got a great relationship because you don't laugh at the funny things I say.
Sorry, I didn't. It was so funny I forgot to laugh.
Yeah, I see you've changed to Baja Blast instead of Code Red, so I don't know.
You gotta keep it fresh. I needed a change of pace. New me. You know what they say.
Yeah, it's exactly what everybody says every time around January 1st. New me. Hey, I'm walking backwards right now out this door for no particular reason besides I'm leaving. Definitely not hiding anything behind my back. I'll wait for that iMessage or whatever. All right, cool. Shoots two finger guns and walks out the room.
Excellent, of course. And with that, you leave, and Wilson goes back to click-clacking away.
Mm-hmm.
God knows what Wilson does. All right, back to our library clan.
from the page that Debbie got on, it's a werewolf on the page, right?
Yes.
Charlie doesn't know that it's not a werewolf.
Right. Well, so you have uncovered this shape-shifting story.
True form can be revealed by a spirit, so potentially Alex could reveal its true form.
Something like that, yeah. Debbie has stumbled on this child's Halloween book, and Alex has been pointed to the horror section of the library by his clandestine encounter.
I want to know what Alex is finding.
Yeah, that's
personally.
Let's go. Alex, what are you looking for?
Alex just kind of walking down the aisle, arms outstretched, literally just touching all the books that Alex can. You know, hoping that one really calls out, and then Alex turns aside and grabs the first one. And it's an important one, I bet. See? Can I play the game like that?
I think only Debbie can play the game like that.
It's the third Twilight book.
Oh, yes.
That's in the horror section?
Well, yeah, have you read the writing?
No, it's scary to me. No.
Well, yeah, for a lot of reasons.
You find Stephen King's Cycle of the Werewolf.
Alex just takes a seat right there in the middle of the aisle and cracks open the book.
Alex, do you know how to read?
I prefer it upside down, but yes.
I guess with the book that Debbie found, I'd probably start looking to the mythology for werewolves or other, not necessarily just lycanthrope, but other, whatever the other thropes are called.
Now that you have a particular idea of what you're looking for, you stumble upon a book that is basically a synopsis of the history of werewolves. It's called The Werewolf in Lore and Legend. There's a chapter on other lycanthropes, sort of non-canon werewolves, like different adaptations of werewolves.
What are some of the offshoots? Are there any, like, origins behind, like, each offshoot?
They're basically like, in this particular work of fiction, this writer said that this particular thing was able to combat werewolves, or this particular werewolf did this and this and this, which other stories don't typically.
Any of that line up for what I've found out so far? Like, any of the properties of some of the offshoots match up anything I've read so far?
There are a couple of references to angels.
Hello.
In a couple of different fictions, angels are specifically referenced having dealt with werewolves. In one particular fiction, angels were identified as not only excellent slayers of werewolves, but of all monsters, as the root of them was more demonic, and so heavenly intervention was the route that was taken in order to defeat the menace. In another fiction, the protagonist simply had a blade blessed by an angel, when struck through the heart of the werewolf, pierced its sort of demonic energy and was able to slay the creature.
Like, down to its very essence, like, vanquish the creature. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
So, in my notes, I'm just going to write Alex OP. But that's not specific to any one of the offshoots. It's just, like, in a story, this is something that happened.
Yeah, it's highlighting some particular stories that were popular, but had a different interpretation of werewolves.
Have the dates of the attacks been documented, like, through, like, the newspaper or something?
Looking at the complete list of dates, no, they don't. However, you remember that some of the claims, it's unclear whether they were conspiracy theorists, like crazies, just trying to get their spotlight, jumping on the bandwagon. Not all of the claims have been verified to be true.
Oh, okay. So it might line up.
Is that something Hawk would know better than us? Charlie, we should call Hawk.
Bring.
God, I need to change this terrible ringtone. Charlie, just saying ding.
I mean, maybe I should page it. This is the only reason I have a pager anymore. These things are so retro.
I think it's just sweet how your ringtone is a recording of Charlie saying ring ring. That's very Debbie of you.
And no, it's actually like his personalized ringtone for everyone on his phone is them saying ring ring.
Hey Charlie, what's up?
Hey, so far this investigation has been very fruitful. At least I hope so. Though I do have a question for you. Would it be possible for you to verify all the claims of the attacks, mainly days where there is a full moon?
Were you still at the library? All three of y'all?
Yeah, we're still at the library. I think Alex made someone leave earlier, so I don't know how much longer we'll be here for.
Alright, I'm coming by. Don't go anywhere. I'm here to pick you up. I got something else we gotta do.
Okay, see you soon.
I love you.
my plan is to pick him up and go to the ranger station.
How was that working out? I guess you all can have this conversation and figure out what you want to do.
Well, I'm gonna catch him up on the fact that I think we need to go to the ranger station, see where any other attacks are, see if they have any evidence. To 1, help us out, and 2, take it away from them so that they're not on the case and get themselves hurt.
I have a library card if anyone wants to check out any
Charlie
books.
has a stack.
Alex, you want Twilight? I saw you looking at it earlier. It's good. It's one of my favorites.
Mr. Hawkins, you see what you left me with?
Yeah, I do need a break, right, Charlie? And sometimes you're not a big walk in the park. You're alright, I'm not gonna get into this. Let's just get in the car. We got something to do.
Hi there. Do you use spoons? Well, I've got a spoon for you. This here is a large spoon for all of your large bowls and large dinners and your large mouths. It has a handle and it's got the round part at the end that is extra large for all of your large things that you need to eat. I highly recommend this spoon. I used to just use, the normal spoons, but I just never felt like I was getting enough. But now I use this here giant spoon, and it's an excellent spoon. Go get you one. Mom approved.
So as you approach, the ranger who is at his vehicle turns around and is like, "Oh, hey, are you doing okay? What can I help you with? You're really not supposed to be up in this area."
Hey, excuse me, sirs, or are you ladies? Oh no, what are you? I'm sorry, that was rude. I was wondering if I have to go to the bathroom, how do you recommend I do that?
He gets a little flustered and red-faced because clearly this is not an issue that someone so charming and sincere has ever asked him this before. He's like, well, ma'am, we got facilities at each of the park entrances, right? Did you not go before you? I'm sorry. Is that impolite?
I didn't have to go then. Now I've got to go.
Oh well, I'm really not supposed to let anyone in here except for emergencies. Can you hold it?
Oh no, can't hold it.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, sir. I really need help. This is my first time. To go in the woods.
Does he have keys on him?
He has a sort of utility belt, which contains a flashlight, a walkie-talkie, a water bottle, and a keyring.
I very lightly just kind of elbow Charlie.
Charlie kind of grabs his arm and is like, "Ow!"
Overreacted.
And then he sticks his hand in his pocket where he has his pocket watch, and you see kind of white knuckle grip it inside of there, and he kind of winks towards the keyring. And I'm gonna use magic. It's gonna be Jinx, so I can, to make the target lose something that you will soon find. So it's plus weird.
So you rolled a 9. Okay, so Jinx, when you Jinx target, roll plus weird, 10 plus hold 2, 7, 9, hold 1.
So I basically get one effect. And the effect I would choose is the target loses something that you will soon find, and I would like for that to be the keyring.
You focus in and you channel your dark inner mysticisms, and almost the blink of an eye, the keys seem to vanish. You notice this, Charlie, and you notice this, Hawk, because you're looking, but it is not apparently obvious to the ranger and Debbie.
That might have been going on because Alex was going in for the double cheek kiss again. Alex is gonna nail that one of these times.
Oh, please excuse my friend. He's European. He doesn't know anything.
Oh, okay. European, huh? Okay, that's fine. That's just not something we do here. Welcome to the country, though. I love Europeans.
European, and that's what she would like to do, please. She would like to pee.
Okay.
I would like to pee, sir.
I really can't. I'm not supposed to.
Can you just show me how you do the squat? Because every time I've tried to do it, which it's been a while, haven't been in college since a long time ago.
You know what?
But
man,
it just gets on my pants.
How about I just let you? I'll just let you in real quick. Just follow me, sir. Would you please mind staying out here, ma'am? Please come in. Please
Oh,
come
no,
inside.
he's gotta come. He's gotta come. This stranger danger. I need Alex with me. I don't like...
Hello, I'm Alex. I kissed your
he-
cheeks.
If I'm gonna pee,
they-
he's gonna be there with me.
Do they have to? Do you have to go too, Alex?
Yes.
All right.
While this is going on, Charlie and I are definitely looking for the keys, but like closer to the door.
They are not there, and you don't have a very long window to look by the door because the ranger is turning to the station to let Alex and Debbie do their business.
Oh, look at that. We get to go in a building.
Yeah, just be quick. Like I said, you're really not supposed to be in here. And I could get in a lot of trouble, but
Sir, can you show me how you use this, the toilet? We're European.
ma'am, I'm married. I don't know if this is a ploy or...
Oh, I'm not asking you to do anything. I just need to know, like, if you, with this, do you do your business and then you flush it? Or, I've been to some places.
I'm gonna step outside. You just come right back out, and I'll trust that you can take care of things on your own. And he shows you the bathroom and he leaves. So he's standing up right outside the door, but he is no longer in your presence because he is severely uncomfortable.
So do I just find them, like, do I accidentally, like, kick the keys? Is that how Jinx works?
You know, there's not a prescribed method for finding them. It's just they lose something you will soon find. You just gotta find it. Debbie and Alex are inside. The ranger is just outside the door.
Is there only one door?
Yeah, there's one main door to, like, the station. There's a couple of charging stations, presumably for walkie-talkies. In the main lobby, there's a small desk. There's a coffee machine, a water cooler, a small, like, fridge, and then some first aid stuff that's out on another table. And then there's a door to the bathroom that the ranger showed you, and then there's a back... It's not a door, it's just a doorway into, like, a back room that looks to be more, like, clerical stuff. So there's a filing cabinet, a desk, a small computer. There's a couple of extra walkie-talkies. One of them looks like it's broken and it's been out for repairs. Things like that.
You know, I really do have to go, though. So, now that I'm in here, I think I will do that.
Now, I will say, this station does have windows.
Alex takes, I'm assuming there's a chair next to that desk, and does the old prop it up underneath the door handle bit. And then,
I've been watching some movies.
Oh, Alex has been watching some movies, and then goes to the back window to try to open it up.
And it has one of those locks at the bottom that you just kind of turn, and you can push the window out, and it hinges out a little bit.
Cuckoo! Cuckoo!
I mean, can either of us actually fit through it, or what?
But it doesn't hinge open enough for, like, a person to fit inside. Like, it doesn't, like, come all the way up. It just kind of props outward.
Oh.
Just to kind of let in some air. So you can't really get up and squeeze through it, but obviously you can freely converse and pass things back and forth.
What do you all want me to do? I'm in here and the door is blocked. Debbie's peeing. Okay?
Take a walkie-talkie.
Okay.
Not a broken one. So walkie-talkies, they're like cell phones, but they got a big antenna on it, and you gotta make sure that they got the battery pack in the back. So you gotta make sure it's not missing any parts or nothing like that. It's probably plugged into like the wall or into a thing that makes it stand up. All right, that's what a walkie-talkie is. Do you understand what a walkie-talkie is?
I'm gonna be honest, I zoned out a little bit, but I think I've got it. Over.
I flush and come out and say, okay, what's next?
There are, in fact, 2 walkie-talkie looking objects.
I pick them both up and hand them through the window.
It's been a little bit of a suspect amount of time for both of you to have gone to the bathroom. Now, the ranger is uncomfortable enough to think that you might have both taken a shit, and that's why he's giving you some extra leeway, but you are closing on your opportune, acceptable window.
There are filing cabinets. Do we need anything from filing cabinets?
We'll use a walkie-talkie to kind of monitor them and see when there's a good window, and we can look through those cabinets later when we have more time.
Yeah, right now, I think it's about time that you guys get out, but make a very, very, very quick sweep to see if there are the keys lying around.
Debbie yells out, almost done! And then, yeah, I guess we'll do a sweep.
Mm-hmm. While Debbie starts sweeping, Alex goes ahead and takes the chair back and puts it away.
This be like an act under pressure roll?
Yeah, I think because you're running out of time.
Okay.
That's plus cool.
So
Oh, our
Ooh,
first failure.
finally.
Okay.
A 6.
Work experience. Hey.
That's gonna be a hard move for me, dog. In kind of the commotion after one moving the chair back, and now the door is not barred, your rustling attracts a little more attention. So not only do you not find anything else worth your time, presumably, the ranger comes back in and is like, "What's going on in here? Are you... what?" And he sees that the two of you are in the back room with the window open, and there are two other people outside of the window.
Are you two even rangers? I'm just... You don't seem like you know anything that's going on. I'm lost. I need help.
The ranger reaches for his walkie and is starting to signal the other park rangers.
I don't think you're not even wearing a uniform.
Hey, we've got some...
My son and I are just trying to get...
We got unauthorized personnel trespassing on the ranger station. Gonna need some extra assistance. Call park security.
I'll use Hex. And I want to break his walkie-talkie. I have to use magic first. It'll be a plus weird. Plus weird. Ah! Oh no.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
snap.
A
You
5.
have gotten into some shit this time. So, so mark that experience. Not only does something go terribly wrong, I think that what happens here is that the ranger is very much aware that something has happened. Whether it was your very obvious white knuckle clenching and your weird facial expression and some kind of unnatural energy, plus with the fact that he's overwhelmed by 4 people, he runs out of the ranger station, still with his walkie, a little more panicked. He's like, "Guys, I need backup right now. Call the police. Call the army. Get them up here. I don't know what's going on." And he runs out the door, hops in his service vehicle, and drives off.
I have a panic button thing. Can I use that?
I would love for you to use your panic button right now.
All right. So I have to name that route I'm gonna take. So I'm going to run out the door behind him, but then because I prefer doors to windows. But then I'm going to run in the opposite direction with Charlie, of course.
When you need to escape, name the route you'll try and roll plus sharp. So you need to go ahead and roll sharp. An 8. Okay, so on a 10 plus you're out of danger, no problem. On a 7 and 9 you can go or stay, but if you go it will cost you.
Well, I'm going to go, because...
So in your panic, you manage to get out just fine without being seen by any park rangers, but you've kind of jeopardized your future trips to the park. The cost is that in your sort of panic, Debbie, you lose your cell phone.
When they run out the door, I'm gonna run in with Alex, and then I'm going to get into those filing cabinets.
Same.
Okay.
And look for everything and anything on the recent attacks.
Okay.
And I'm assuming I have to roll act under pressure for that.
I am doing that too, so...
So what we can do is, if you want to act under pressure, and then if you want to help out, I think that would be that's a good way to do it. So one of you can act under pressure, and one of you can help out.
I'm going to act under pressure. All right. So good news is I rolled an 11 on act under pressure. Yeah, I think while I'm sorting through, I'm like, Alex, get ready to teleport us back to good coffee.
Can I just say that Hawk and Alex are just right there with each other? We are, man, we know it.
Okay, I really like this. Because, Hawk, you are accustomed to acting in these sort of situations, and you have an extra set of hands, you managed to get into the filing cabinet, which, upon first investigation, did require a key. You managed to find a filing cabinet key hidden under some papers under the desk, in one of the drawers of the desk. There's some clerical stuff in the top cabinet, waivers. You kind of wave that one off. The second drawer is maps and some sort of references. Again, you wave that one off. And then the third one, you find some incident reports. It's not like those like double or triplicate forms that like you tear off one copy and you keep a copy for the records. It's like that. And you find a file that's not labeled, clearly on the file tab, but as you peer inside very quickly, it's got these sort of, at your first glance, the language seems to suggest that it has something to do with the recent claims that have been filed by park rangers.
Yeah, I don't want them to have anything on this.
Yeah, so you have...
This is Ghostbusters territory.
Yeah, so you have this official incident report file.
Yeah, like as soon as I get that report, and that seems like the only thing of use, then I'm just gonna stand right up and be like, let's go.